Freezing after watershed patch. Maybe had a few rimworld activity stress, bursting tug, or dupes could hook up making new dupes. What the shit? As if there's going to be child dupes. And maybe they're all infertile. They've been printed. Maybe they've had some sort of genetic engineering so that they can't repopulate and take over the world. Maybe. Maybe, who knows? Because they have been printed. We have to remember that. They are dirty printer boys. Oh no. Catalina. Very brave of you, but incredibly foolish to fall down there. Oh shit. I freed these slicksters in there, but this wasn't really a smart move. I'm just going to be pooping oil. Pooping oil. He's got dupe selected. I would like to operate a brothel. +1 for brothel. Ramsey, how are you, bud? Good evening. It's all a bit too clean, this game. Life the pimp. Imagine the look of joy on Life's face if when they add explosions or a brothel. Oh, jeez. Greetings to yourself, Ramsey. How are you, bud? You can call the brothel Asteroid. Asteroid? That sounds like the opposite sort of brothel inciting disorder. Nobody wants roids. Let's face it. No steroids, no asteroids, no hemorrhoids, no chlamydioids. There'll be no kind of oids. Oids are banned in the life brothel. I know we've not got it yet, but I'm already working on the rules, alright? There'll be no oids in the life brothel. None whatsoever. Oids are banned. I'd like 2 dupes in the printer pod. Each biome, you get a new dupe. Oh. Any beginner guide? Emu Man, welcome to the stream, buddy. I've got loads of videos on my YouTube, so thank you, Prior. No humanoids, yeah, no oids. I've got loads of videos on my YouTube. If you go to playlists on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist called Tips and Tricks with Life. I think there's about maybe 15 videos or something. It's all sorts of bits and bobs. Some of them are a little bit out of date because obviously it's an EA game, so it keeps evolving. But there's lots of bits on there. But yeah, other than that, anything you're stuck with, just ask me. Anything that you're struggling with, don't be shy. Right. Got 3 master jobs. Holy balls. Nails. You beast. May. Okay, Nisbet. Very good. I ate my food too quickly. I wolfed down the last bit. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Oh, sweet. This vent's going again. This is good. So we're now getting some 60-degree oxygen, which should hopefully chill this out a little bit. Because this was getting a wee bit toasty. So hopefully this will cool this off a little bit. Because I really don't want this oil to boil. That really would suck balls. And hopefully with it being so hot, it should be killing off the slime lung as well. Which it seems to be doing. What's going on up here? Oh, we've got no power. Oh, we've got no coal. Fucker. That's no coal. Where can I get some coal from? Stat. Lots of iron, but I don't see much coal. I think we spotted this quite early on in the playthrough. There isn't that much coal in this asteroid. Which kind of blows the balls. Let's try getting some of this. Let's get rid of this crap. We'll get rid of this crap. We'll get rid of all this as well. And then we will head down here. Get all this. Really not much coal. There is this bit over here. I might do a little priority 5 dig over here or something. Just to try and get some of this. I probably want this iron as well ultimately, so we'll do something like that. Get all this gubbins. This is for like if they're idle and they've got nothing to do. Come get this stuff. A little bit of coal up here as well. I don't want loads of hatches. I don't want shitloads of hatches. They're going to annoy me. That should be fine. Okay. So yeah, I want to dig this out, and then we will figure out what sort of build I'm going to do. I think we're going to do something like, we'll use the AETN with some hydrogen, maybe a few Weezewarts just to kickstart it a little bit, I don't know. And we'll use it to cool some oil, and then the oil we'll use to cool liquid, or petroleum, depending on what we've got most of. I think it's probably going to be oil. Maybe petroleum, we'll see. I think that would be nice. I think that'd be a nice little build. You guys crack on. I'm just going to do that. EA is in early access, Max. You know what I meant. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk all your life. See you later, mate. Nice nerd. Can't argue with that, mate. Zero oids. Aftershock before I pass out from pizza crust eatage. Oh Jesus. Isn't there a hatch that makes coal? There are, nerd, yeah. We've already got some hatches, but I don't want loads of them. We might do some sage hatches because we've got a big old excess of food. I kind of want to see how efficient they are. I've never really used sage hatches for eating food. I've always given them like fertilizer or something. In fact, can sage hatches eat clay? Sage. What? 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 What's undiscovered? Your brothel base could always be called Begin Preparation H. Isn't Preparation H a hemorrhoid cream though? No, man. I clearly said there will be no oids. No oids at all. No, they don't eat clay. Sons of bitches. Dirt, algae, slime, fertilizer, polluted dirt. Feed them meat. I'm just thinking of an additional coal supply, really, because we are going to need a bit of coal. Later on, we've got natural gas, we won't need it at all. But for now, we kind of do. Maybe that's Codex entry from examining ruin objects. I think I've examined them all now. Unless it's something in space that I've not done yet. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, computer desk. A new Codex entry. Wait, we have got another entry. Journals? Research notes? Yeah, we've had email. To redacted from redacted. Have you seen this? Please pay it no mind. If any of these journals reach out to you, deny comment. Redacted. Director of the Gravitas facility. Are you aware of the articles that have been cropping up around us lately? Broken link. Gravitas facility. Questionable rise of a research giant. I see. I think we've read all these before. Attention all Gravitas personnel, evacuation protocol in effect. Reactor meltdown in bioengineering imminent. Remain calm, proceed to emergency exits. Do not attempt to use elevators. I think we've seen all these. I thought we'd looked at all the stuff now. Maybe I have missed some stuff. I'll do a bit more inspecting. We'll see what we can find. Alright, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that stuff. Seems like you can re-inspect everything after loading a game. Oh, really? Well, that's a bit annoying. Dirt is good for them. Nah, dirt's valuable, DX. Well, actually, it's not really that valuable now. Dirt's one of the few. It's not that it's non-renewable. It's just a pain in the ass to get lots of. But yeah. No worries if you're already beginning preparations. I see. Feed the hatches meat from their dead brethren. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking feed them the eggs and the meat of their brothers and sisters. That's a terrible thing to say, isn't it? That is a terrible thing to say. I shouldn't say that. But it's true. That's probably what we'll do. Right. Let's get all this stuff swept into here. Get it out of the way. I'd like to have dropped this down a bit more, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So, here is the plan. Let me start mapping something out. So, we're going to have something like... Oof. How much gold have we got? 105 tons. Jesus. That's a lot of gold. We'll do this with gold, because I can't be arsed getting tungsten. We'll have something like a plate up here. Okay. This will all be insulated. And then what we'll do, we'll cool some oil. So I don't think we've got... Jeez, I forgot about this mess down here. I don't think we've got anywhere near enough petroleum now. We've got like a few kilos of petroleum, I think. Very little petroleum. But we could do it with oil. That won't be a problem. It's hot as balls, but it should be fine. We'll fill this with hydrogen. And we'll cycle it until we want to get the oil to the right temperature, and then we'll pass the oil through some radiant pipes, through some liquid, cool the liquid, take the liquid, put it in a thing, use it for the thing. Job's good. How about that? You're not still doing meal, would I? No. Don't know what you're using it for. We might need it for fertilizer or something later. I've not decided yet. So what is that big weird thing with springs? This is called an anti-entropy thermo-nullifier emu. You normally get them in... You get a few of them on your map normally. So we've got one down here. We've got one here. And then we've got... Have we got another one? Where's the other one? Do we have another one? I think you normally get 3. Or you can get a maximum of 3. We found 2 so far. What it basically does, if you pump in hydrogen... So it takes 10 grams a second of hydrogen. It acts like a giant wheeze warp, so it cools the area, basically. Cools the area around it, which is kind of nice. Just do that. I don't know if I want some wheeze warts in here as well. Might slap a couple of wheeze-warts in just for shits and giggles. I've not decided yet how we will cut off the temperature. Maybe I should think about that first, realistically. So let's see. Because I want this room to go super, super cold, and then because obviously there's going to be times when the liquid doesn't need cooling and times when it does. I want it to be ready to cool when it needs to be, so we can have it super, super cold. And I want a couple of doors to be able to radiate the temperature. Sorry for the interrogation, I'm just relatively new to the game. This is all really neat. No problem at all, Emu. Genuinely, buddy, any questions you've got, by all means ask. I'm just not the best at reading chat at the minute. I'm probably not paying all that much attention, if I'm honest. But there's definitely people in the chat that can help you as well. But any questions you've got, just ask. How would I be best to do this? Do we want to just do like a floor of doors like we usually do? We could do that. And then we'd have like... bang. And we'll do some temp shift plates. bit more diamond. So we'll do something like that. One thing is I'm going to need to pump this bastard out, so I might make it a little bit higher just for ease. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to want to be able to get a pump in here. The other option is I can leave this. I can leave some of this open, pump it out from the top, seal it up, build my way out. That would probably be cleaner. Would be cleaner. Yeah, fuck it. I'm being lazy. We'll do it. We'll do it the proper way. So. There. Some doors in here. Gold amalgam. Use wolframite instead. And where is our sensor going to be? Sensor probably needs to be up here. That'll be fine. These can just keep running. Yeah, that'll be fine. So, let's just cancel this for a minute. Yeah, we need to get some diamonds. Where do we get some diamonds from? Pretty sure we've got a big fucking load of them here. Should we put our dupes through a bit of hell and get some of these diamonds going? Seems like the charitable thing to do. Don't forget what's life at -60 institution called that, no point in having them. Yeah, I know that, but it's the idea is to help priming the system and help getting things going. We've got quite a few excess resorts, so I think we'll be alright. What I am going to have to do is get rid of this bit of shitty piping. I'm probably going to drop this down a tile. Just for ease. The resorts are there predominantly for if we get that surge of heat that the AETN can't really keep up with. A couple of resorts will just help out a little bit. Might as well. Why not? So we'll get rid of that. And we'll leave these out for a minute. For fuck's sake. I probably need to deal with a bit of hypothermia prevention as well, because this is just going to get worse and worse, I think. Let's mop all that up. And we'll dig out this. Should be fine. How do you keep your people from suffocating? Sometimes he doesn't. Yeah. Airlocks. Yeah, to be honest, in this update where morale's been more of a problem, I'm using a lot of gas locks, so I just do like a little V out of some blocks and then fill it with carbon dioxide, or to be honest, you don't even need to fill it yourself, just let it fill over time, and you end up with like a gas lock like this. So the dupes can get out, but gas stays inside. Normally, in the past, I'd always use water locks, which is the same build, but you'd put a couple of different tiles of liquid in here and then it forms a nice airtight seal. I might actually have one down here. So this is a liquid lock. So in here we've got crude oil and petroleum, and that acts in the same way. It makes a liquid barrier, so the dupes can run through it, but gas can't pass it. Gas locks are kind of a lazy way of doing it, and also gives less stress. So that's the plan. Right, who's suffocating? Stop that. So, what else do we need to do? I need to put plumbing in. I think we'll put piping underneath, so let's get rid of this shit. And then we'll do... We want a gas shut-off, and we can have our gas shut-off, like, right here. Because now we can remove these floors, we can make this a bit more compact than normal. Which should be good. Let's just go here. I need to steal this little ball bag at some point. Dirty. Very dirty. And then we'll want some... Yeah, we'll sort the piping out and stuff in a minute. There we go. We need to get a little bit of power in here as well. Just a smidgen of power. So let's just toggle this now. And then we can get to this tile. That. Good. Yeah, we'll do these with gold as well. If I have more resources or more time, I'd do all this with tungsten, by the way. Because it's just instant transfer, but meh. It is what it is. Yeah, they've not started digging any diamond yet. I know that because they're not scalding yet. Huh. Interesting. I've got quite a few slickers in here. I should really dig some more of the oil biome out. We need to get some exosuits, really. I think that's probably one of the next things we should look at. Finishing off our power grid and then cracking on with the exosuits. And then we can really start ploughing on then, I think. Sorry, not be reading chat again. You can't have two elements in the same place. Having 4 tiles of liquid will stop the gas from passing through. Yeah. Get rid of the obsidian floor. The obsidian tiles, yeah. We'll get rid of them. 4 tiles of liquor means someone is having a really good time. Lifegrow, did you think those polluted water evaporators you made last update was worth it? The deodorizer polluted water build. Yeah, it works. It does work. You need quite a lot of them. That build from the last playthrough was enough oxygen for 4.5 dupes, if I remember rightly. So if you doubled that up, that's 9 dupes. That's, you know, over half your colony or half my colony. Yeah, it's a bit of polluted water. Why not? Got loads of sand, so fuck it. You end up with shitloads of sand in this game. I mean, how much filtration medium do we have? We have 262 tons of sand at the minute. It's an ungodly amount. So yeah. Although Mex did point something out to me the other night that the regolith now can't be put in deodorizers or water sieves, which it used to be able to because I did it in debug. So something's changed in the game at some point. It's been a little change that they've not notified us of. But whatever. Right. Okay. Why are they not deconstructing this out of interest? Yeah, I kind of want them to do this shit now. I'd like to get a couple of Weezeworts as well, which means ripping some of this out. So, I'll do a couple of different priority 8 builds on different points in the base. Because honestly, there's only so many people that can be building this ladder at once. And then we'll rip some of these tiles out quickly as well. So we'll get rid of you, and we'll dig through here. And get rid of you. Not many other broken tiles in here. We've got one down there, but it's probably snow. Get rid of it anyway. And get rid of that as well. Oh. What have I missed? Start feeding your dupes liquor and they piss and vomit everywhere regardless of what you do. That'd be great though. The vomit comet would come back with strength. Would come back with gusto. What would you say is the best starting combo for dupes, traits-wise? Decent strength, decent learning. Traits? Are we talking traits or stats? Traits-wise, I mean, Diver's Lungs is always very good. That is probably one of the easiest ones to give you a bit of a hands up. Because obviously it means you need to produce less oxygen, which is kind of cool. Right, let's figure this out. So, I want you to come to there. But yeah, Diver's Lungs is pretty solid. Calvin, how's it going? How's it going? I've seen a lot of your videos and they've helped me with the colony. Oh, nice to hear, buddy. How are you, bud? You can destruct ruin tiles. Yeah, you can partly deconstruct ruins. However, you can't deconstruct... Have we got any around here? You can't deconstruct these sort of buildings, nerd. It kind of blows. So you can get rid of the tiles and the doors, but you can't get rid of this crap. So you end up with these derpy little looking floating structures. Unlike... That's why we've got this little derpy bit of ladder here. It's a little bit annoying. But yeah, you can get rid of the tiles now. They just turn into obsidian. So, let's figure this out. I'm going to want a gas shut-off. Probably here. And the main reason for it is just in case I want to deactivate this whole thing. I don't really need it. But we'll do it anyway. And we'll need some power as well. I'm probably going to do this with conductive, because we're going to end up with conductive wires down here, I would think. So just to err to the side of caution, I'll use conductive wires for this. And we're probably going to want a wire for a pump up here as well. This will just slap a pump in here. And we're going to want a vent in here as well. Yeah. Do something like this. All I'll do, when I've got enough pressure in here, I'll get rid of this bridge, and then the vent will sort of be deactivated. And I could be a cheeky boy and use the same pipe. I went like that. Yeah, okay. We'll just vent this out. It's fine. This is going to be out like that. Give this some automation so we can toggle it on and off. That should be fine. And then we just need the warts for these. And we'll rebuild these with like airflow tiles or maybe metal tiles or something. It won't really matter. I do need to get some diamond, which they're going to start scolding and complaining about any second now. What's the best negative trait? Wait, narcoleptic. Everybody's saying narcoleptic already. Seems your narco shit rubbed off a bit low. Yeah, I still don't target narcoleptics, if I'm honest. Because they are a little bit unpredictable. I wouldn't like to have a colony full of only narcos like you do, Mex. I don't think I'd like that. Okay. How am I going to do the automation for this, I wonder? Because realistically, I just want this to go as cold as it can. So I might just literally do... I think I'll probably just use a clock sensor. It's easy. Easy as pie. Cool. Probably should have ran this wire through here. Because I'm going to have some other stuff up here anyway. Maybe I can just do that. I put a bridge there, that's kind of going to fuck everything up. That's a little bit lame. A little bit lame. Recently had a narco bug out and just hang out on a ladder for half a cycle. Too impatient to wait loader. Longer had to save and load. I see. Yeah, there are quite a few obnoxious little bugs in this patch. Okay. I'm finally finished my food, guys. I'm sorry. But it's good. We're going to crack on. So let's get a few people on here. So Abe, Nisbet. Really, why can't they have a health thing on the med bay? Why can't they have had this sort by this? That'd be so much easier. I'm going to ask that as a feature request. I think that'd be nice. Let's just get everybody patched up a little bit. Because they're going to get injured again the more they go down there, but if we can get them so they don't like pass out down there, I'll be happy with that. Excuse me. How's the base looking? We seem to be doing alright for oxygen at the minute. We don't seem to have very much coal in our cold gen room. Very, very little in fact. Are my hatches even happy? They are happy, but they're currently expecting. So let's get this egg out of there. Hatch. Boop. And we'll do a couple of smooth ones as well. Ah, little babby. Little springy little babby. What's your main food source and production? Mushrooms. I like me some mushrooms, so this is just our mushroom farm. I don't use any fertilizer or anything like that, we just slap a load of them down. Generally you get so much slime, you can just do a mushroom farm like this. And fried mushrooms are quite a good food. They're not the best, but they're pretty good. We're also cultivating quite a lot of sleet wheat. We've not really been cooking any of it yet, but yeah, we've got loads of meat. We've got a few omelettes we've been making. And then sleet wheat wise, we've got 3,000 sleet wheat grain that's just sort of wild sleet wheat really. I'm not really doing much with it. We just collect this as and when. But yeah, plenty of food really. We've got 1.9 million at the moment, and we've got quite a lot of stuff that we could cook up as well. Like cooking up meat and stuff gives you way more calories. Okay, how much diamond do we need for this? This will be tiles. We'll want some temp shift plates. These are going to be hot as balls to begin with. I have to be careful putting these temp shift plates in. I don't kill this machine, which can actually happen. Let's do this, this, and this. That should be fine. I want a couple up here as well, but that should be fine for now. Oh. So, because I'm impatient and I'm building this whilst we're looking at it, let's get this done. I would like to find out what's going on with these wheezeworts up here. Which one was it? I asked for that one and that one, didn't I? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to do a save and load at the next night cycle, by the way, guys, because I'm starting to get a wee bit laggy. So this is active again at the minute, which is good. So we should start getting a bit of natural gas. Again, I really should have analysed this, but I just completely forgot. I think I sealed this up and then just left it. So we'll get that sealed up. Pryor, what's up, buddy? What's the scariest thing that happened to you in this game? Scariest thing that happened to me in this game. I once had somebody come to the stream and thank me for all the videos that I'd done, and thank me for all the tips and stuff. And as I was thanking them, like, oh, thanks very much, buddy, that's really sweet of you. A massive tank of water burst its banks and went all over my base. That I had to like instantly mop up. But scariness, not really scary. It was just a bit of a ball ache. It was sort of perfect timing, I suppose. They were thanking me for their for all the videos, and then as they turned up, I had one of the derpiest moments I've had in a while. That was quite early on as well, I think. That was quite early on in streaming. Okay. I think that'll probably do us for now. Oh, you mean I'm the scariest thing? How dare you? Most times you just watch dupes starve and suffocate. That's not true. Honestly, you give me a bad name. That's not true. I don't just watch them starve and suffocate. I encourage it. Okay, now all this gubbins is done, we can sort of seal this up. We'll do a quick sweep to get rid of some of this crap that's in here. I'm not sure whether to do this with metal tiles or airflow tiles. I think airflow tiles might be better. And if we build them out of wolframite as well, we get a nice bit of radiated temperature.